Did y'all see the black and brown unity narrative? How they wanted to kind of unify, and that's common. That's almost like a microcosm of reality. Like they're trying to do that, even in reality. And I think that black and brown unity is good. We're all one in Christ. Don't get me wrong. I think that because there's a lot of people that's scared of the browning of America because America has become brown. Like it's brown. All right. Whatever they feared 20 years ago when I was in high school, that has come to fruition. It is America's brown now. But the unity between black and brown people, I think that is dope. As long as we don't villainize white folk, I don't think we need to. I don't think. Yeah. What up? Yeah. Thank you, brother.
I'm back. Oh,
yeah. I think that the unity between black and brown people is dope because it actually happens a lot, especially down here in Dallas, Texas. With black and brown people, we live in the same neighborhoods, and all of that stuff. Go to the same schools and all of that stuff. And so I think that that's cool. And I know it happens in New York as well, Miami, LA. In some cases in LA, I'll say that. Some cases in Chicago as well. There's a lot of unity between black and brown people, and I think that that's dope to highlight of what it should be. But just as long, and Dre, I don't know if you heard this part, as long as we don't try to villainize white people, and just make it to where, because I don't think that, for one, I know this wasn't a Christian movie, but us as being believers in Jesus Christ, we should never go with that narrative to where we start villainizing a whole population of people. Did y'all get any hint of that, Maurice? You go ahead, bro.
No, I feel like a lot of people press that issue. That was part of the conversation that I always had to bring it back to like my Marvel point of view because I think that's a key thing, especially as believers. When we talk about uplifting the culture, when we talk about black and brown empowerment, there's this narrative that you have to push down, whites, where you don't really have to, especially as believers. Like if you call yourself a believer, let's all empower each other and lift each other up and push each other forward, support one another. You don't have to bring somebody else down, especially if you have the understanding of the heart of God. You're not going to do that. And that's kind of like where the conversation kind of like went too far away from like my take on the movie was like, when they started spinning that narrative, like why did Agent Ross have to come in there and be like the white guy? Like they just have an all black. I mean, like why you gotta?
She was like a colonizer in chains. Now I have seen everything.
I was laughing at that though. It was like now I've seen everything, a colonizer in chains, but like stuff like that is like funny. Like they can make light of like.
I get it. But even with throughout the whole history, even when Bucky from Avengers, even when they came across him, they were like, "Who is I gotta fix another broken white boy." Even with that narrative. So I know they try to make it funny. I just don't want people to take this like, "Oh, okay, let's band together." And no, because I don't think that's right as believers in Jesus.